I'm Lisa McCormack, and I'm the Director of Quality and Performance for the JGA Group, who are a London-based independent training provider. We're London-based, although we currently work nationally. One of the things that COVID did do for us was make us all work differently, and it has meant that we've been able to get a much wider range of coaches and delivery staff from across the country by working online as well as face-to-face. We deliver apprenticeships at levels 3 to 7, focus largely on sales and marketing standards and also government business standards. We operate as an endpoint assessment organisation. We are called Progress Minded. That's our sister EPAO. We also deliver adult programs and short courses, mainly in the creative and health and social care sectors. We also do traineeships for as long as we are able to do so. So my role, essentially, I'm responsible for overseeing the quality of programs. That's why I was brought in originally. Across the whole organisation, including our endpoint assessment organisation, we are Ofqual recognised. I have put in place policies, processes, and also a professional practice framework, which is designed to support new and existing delivery staff to improve practice. Both the heads of delivery and head of curriculum report to me, so I'm also ultimately responsible for performance across the organisation as well. I do things like collect and scrutinise available data to support, challenge and improve. We currently have around 100 staff members, and we're increasing those all the time because of the number of standards and the number of courses that we're putting on. At the moment, we have around 1,300 students and currently a customer base, including our endpoint assessment organisation, of around 700 employers that we work with. I mean, I have a strong focus on continuous improvement, as we do actually across the organisation. And we are moving towards becoming an outstanding provider. We're currently rated as good, and we're doing that on a step change basis. We don't expect that everything we do will suddenly become outstanding, but we are focusing on things that we know are good and how we can improve those to become outstanding. So our quality improvement practices, they're underpinned by a comprehensive policy which clearly sets out how quality will be measured and supported by a set of more targeted policies and processes. I've introduced a professional practice framework, and that provides the detail of how delivery staff will be supported and how they will be challenged in order to develop and improve their own practice. So that's through a programme of targeted observations, action planning, CPD, etc. And the challenge, I guess, was to pull all this together and ensure that it's effectively cascaded to everyone within the organisation, because certainly it wasn't that things weren't being done, but it's just that things were all over the place and stored in different places, and some things weren't followed up. So observations would happen, but then what would happen after that? So it's making sure there's a joined up approach, and I guess to make sure that the ethos of JGA, what we stand for, what we are trying to do, that message is consistent across the organisation. So whoever you speak to will be able to tell you the same thing about us. So it's really about making sure that we all get the same message at the same time. And I'd been in post for just over a year, and it was really scrapping around trying to look for things. I mean, it wasn't that things weren't done, they were done, but you couldn't find them very easily. What next aspect? I think that I wanted something to help prompt that. So I really wanted a platform that focuses your mind on quality, really, where everything could be in one place so that everybody in the organisation, as I've said earlier, gets the same messages at the same time, but also, and I think that this is really important, that's interactive enough to enable input from others. So, for example, self-assessment, quality improvement plan, so that improvements are collaborative rather than dictated. Well, we wanted something that was easy to use because so many different people at different levels with different roles are going to be using it. Helpful online support for users because not everybody finds technology easy. And, there are different levels of understanding. Something that's flexible, the fact, for example, that there are some ready-made templates available that we can use, but also the flexibility to be able to change those and use our own and create our own templates was really good. That meant that it's easily tailored to the needs of our organisation, and obviously that it's Ofsted compliant. Those were the things that I was looking for. We just needed to make sure that all staff had logins, knew how to navigate the modules, understood how to use the bits that they had access to, and make it clear to them what those benefits were. So all our users have editing access to the develop module as either an observer or an observer, because all delivery staff will be involved in one way or another. It wasn't really a question of making changes, it was making sure that people have the right access and that they were going to benefit from using the system, I think, more than anything. In terms of impact, the impact has really been about being able to make sure that everything is in one place and that it's being used effectively. And the impact of that is that obviously we've got a dedicated platform for all things quality now. It means that there's much more robust self-assessment and quality improvement planning, because the questions are kind of there. You don't have to keep going back into the education framework. In terms of quality improvement planning, the email reminders from Mesma has made sure that tasks are completed and deadlines are met. It means that they've been kept in focus and amended in action. So it meant that things have happened, and I guess that's the impact. Rather than it just being, a written exercise that's just there, things have happened and people are quite keen when they get the emails. It does ensure actually that people update the quality improvement plan, that tasks are there, that it is used for the purpose it needs to be. From that perspective, the impact is that things are happening, that we are actually able to affect quality improvements because the platform enables us to remain focused. And I guess that's kind of the impact at the moment. It's the doing and the getting done. Well, the main thing is that it's helped us focus on quality improvement. It's made us consider what that actually means in real terms, how it's implemented and measured. It allows us to always know where to look for guidance and support. We talk about quality, we look on InsightQ, we look to Mesma. It's helped us focus on that, which is, I think, the main advantage. Oh, absolutely. There is so much added value provided in terms of things like free webinars, guidance documents, and the support and challenge fora, which Lou and Carol and yourself have facilitated. So Mesma facilitates dialogue and discussion on targeted subjects, these deep dive thematic inquiries on things such as responding to COVID, initial assessment challenges, learners with learning difficulties and disabilities, and self-assessment, where a range of different providers, colleges, training providers, NHS trusts, etc., get together and actually have a discussion. We interact, we talk about our own issues and how we've overcome them, and all the time guided by Mesma. But it's given a real opportunity for the sector to help the sector, by the sector for the sector, and it provides a really invaluable opportunity to interact with others, enable us to support each other, and sometimes even if it's just knowing that actually issues you face, you're not alone. Other people have done that too, but the ideas that are bounced off at these fora have been really, really excellent. There's an awful lot of added value that we get from being part of the Mesma family, if you like, that I would certainly value. Well, as you know, I've actively encouraged others to invest in working with Mesma, and I'll continue to do so. And I guess that's it, really. My advice is go with it, because you will get so much out of it. It's not just that you get a really good platform that will focus your mind on all things quality. There's so much more that you get as well, and you get the opportunity to interact with others and like-minded people in the sector and learn so much and focus on such. It just does focus the mind and on all things quality. And if you do that, then you're not going to do much wrong.